All right, hey, Lose the Winners. I think we're live right now. We are actually live. I hope you guys are having a good day. Hope you enjoyed the meeting last night. I'm going to talk more about that in just a minute. Let's see. It's not showing me live yet. Let's try again. Not yet. Still not showing me live yet. What's going on? Why am I not live? Let's see here. Okay. Anyway, I'm just going to trust that I'm live and that I'm out there. I don't know what's going on. But I wanted to go through a few things with you. Like I mentioned, we'll talk about last night's meeting. I know some of you had a little trouble getting on that. So what I want you to do is I want you to look for an email about the assignment that I gave and also a link to the replay. So some of you don't know about the assignment. It's worth 10,000 extra points for the points portion of the accountability program. And some of you have no idea because you weren't able to log in. So here's the deal with that. So YouTube, the meeting was on YouTube Live. And when I send out a link to YouTube Live, if you click it on a tablet or on a phone, which I know is what most people use these days, so that's frustrating, it has a hard time translating that into an app. Now, if it went straight to the website, it would probably pull right up, but it wants to go to your YouTube app, okay? And so what I'm going to do before we do our next meeting is I'm going to do a little research to see if there's a way to watch the live meetings within the app. Okay, so hopefully we'll get that figured out for you for next time. But in the meantime, I'll send an email, and the email will have this week's leaderboards. It will have the assignment, and it will have a link to the replay for you to watch. So hopefully you got something out of that meeting if you're able to watch it. If not, hopefully you'll get a chance to watch it at some point. So, the other thing that I forgot to announce on last night's meeting is I teased you at last week's leaderboard that I was going to have this announcement that I almost spit out, okay? But here's the announcement. Your final monthly weigh-in or any initial weigh-in, I'll explain that in a second. So let's break it down to two different things. Your final monthly weigh-in can count for the next month's contest, okay? So, again, while I think you should come to every weigh-in, I know that it's hard for some of you to get to weigh-ins. So, let me tell you the reason I'm doing both of these things is because what I know is, it's to help you succeed. Because what I know is, if some of you realize that on May the 7th, you're not able to make the initial May weigh-in, you might just skip May altogether because you're like, well, I can't get in the contest. I don't know if it's going to do me any good. I like competing. I like to feel like I can be a part of the leaderboards and things like that. Well, here's the deal. The way it's going to work is your final weigh-in each month can count towards the initial weigh-in for the next month. Okay? Or let's say you didn't make the final weigh-in this month, and you missed May 7th, all right, and your first weigh-in for May is May the 14th, but you're like, well, I missed the beginning of the month. Well, the only person at a disadvantage at that point as far as competing goes is you, because you came in and you just have fewer weeks to compete for that month, okay? So the only person that this gives an advantage to is the person that joins late. Now, the advantage that they actually, so I really thought through this, the advantage that they actually already have is if they, I've had some people email me, hey, can I join the accountability program now? These are people who maybe participated in Lose to Win this time, or maybe it's been a while since they participated, which what that means is they probably have some of that extra fluff weight to lose, and actually would give them the advantage over you when they do their initial weigh-in. Say on May, I'm using May and April as examples right now. So if they were to weigh in on May the 7th, it kind of gives them an advantage over you for those 4 weeks because they have some easy weight that they can lose at first. Well, if you utilize your April 30th weigh-in as your initial weigh-in, then they really don't have as much of an advantage because you have an extra week on them. So I really thought through all that, wrestled with how I was going to do it, but that's the way it works. So your final monthly weigh-in can count, or if you miss the final and the first, then the second week's weigh-in can count. So again, with this example, if you miss April 30th, May 7th, your May 14th can count. Truly, your May 21st could be your first May weigh-in, and May 28th could be your last May weigh-in. The only thing that's not going to change is that if you want to compete for prizes in a given month, then you have to come to the final weigh-in day. Okay, so that's the only thing that's not changing. All right, so I hope that makes sense. I probably just made something that was simple muddy, but I want you to succeed, so I changed that up just a little bit. Okay, I'm going to look again to see if it's telling me that that I'm live, just because I'm curious now. Let's see. It's still not showing that I'm live. Hopefully it will. Anyway, all right. So we've got that. Now, the next thing is this. We need to look at our top losers. So our top losers from April the 16th to April the 23rd. So that means, yes, you had to come to both weigh-ins, April 16th and April 23rd. So our top losers for that 1 week, percentage-wise, number 5 was Trisha Yanofsky. Number 4 was Laurie Ralston. Number 3 was Donna Flatt. Number 2 was Lachelle Farrell. And number 1 for this week was Wendy Overeem. So congratulations to those folks for having a really great week, continuing to lose and not just focusing on maintaining. Now, our overall losers since the beginning of Accountability Program, number 5, Trisha Yanofsky again there. Number 4, Wendy Overeem. Number 3 is Jackie Miller. Number 2 is Joel Gregory. And number 1 is Lachelle Farrell. So congratulations to y'all for continuing an overall journey. That's pretty awesome. And then our top point earners, and again, I encourage you guys to use these points. Logging your food, logging what you're doing helps keep you on track. That's why I spend the time to develop the systems in order for you guys to do this, because it helps you be more successful. Number 5 is Tammy Lambert. Number 4 is Trisha Yanofsky. Number 3 is Lynn Cunningham. Number 2 is Angela Leftwich. And number 1 is Richard Eddings. So congratulations to those folks for staying engaged and staying in the journey and in the process. So I know the Easter Bunny got a lot of you this week, and that's okay because there's always next week. So I encourage you, show up at the final weigh-in for April next week, Tuesday, April the 30th. So hope to see you then. Look forward to seeing you then, and have an awesome, awesome week. Don't forget to check your email later today for the replay link, the leaderboard, and a little bit more information about your assignment. All right, with that, you guys have an awesome, awesome week, and we'll talk to you soon.